turning off my ringer because I am expecting a call.
Okay, well, I turned off mine, babes.
I know.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
I am trying something different.
What's that?
We are using my phone. I know the last time we tried doing it, the recording completely got destroyed.
Yes.
But I got another app that has much better reviews.
Really?
And I tried it out a couple times with longer recordings over the week. So
And it's been working.
it has. This comes out, but I'm hopeful.
Good.
Yes. And if it doesn't, then I will freak out. Because we're only doing one this week, it looks like. Yeah. Unless you have a meeting late in the day tomorrow. Because we are doing this on a Thursday.
We are. I normally wouldn't do it on Thursdays, but we had something going on yesterday. So.
Yes. Today is May 20th.
Yes, it is. Yeah, around that time.
I have a friend who's visiting.
Really? You have a friend?
I have more than one, babe.
Okay,
Leave the humor to me, babe.
Hey.
What?
Come on.
I'm better at the humor, okay?
I don't care.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, come on. You like my humor. You just don't want to admit it.
Oh, if I liked your humor, babes, I couldn't contain the laughter, and I would be forced to admit it by laughing. And you just tried to tickle me.
I did.
Oh my goodness.
I did.
That's not very funny, babes.
I think it is.
Oh.
I think it's very funny, actually.
But I have a friend who's visiting town, and he really wanted to meet you. So last night it was very nice of him. He took us out to Red Robin.
Oh, yeah. I am so glad we went there, because it was just across the street.
From where he's staying.
It was very convenient. Yeah.
Yes. The one near the Lloyd Center. But before we get to dinner, let's back up a little bit.
Okay.
On Tuesday, May 18th, I come home from hanging out with my friend, and I see that the Oregon Health Authority is having a press conference.
That's right. That's right. On Tuesday, yes. Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited, and I start watching it. I find out that from that point on, you no longer have to wear a mask outside, even if you're not vaccinated. And I'm partially vaccinated.
Okay.
And I got very, very, very excited about that announcement.
Yes.
Yes. How did you feel?
Well, I thought, well, geez, it's about time, but I was happy, for sure.
My goodness.
I was happy. I was like, well, it's about time. I mean, it's no duh, you know? It's like, come on. I mean, really, it's common sense.
I met you outside of the Quality Inn yesterday.
Yeah.
And we both got there early. What was it, like 2:30?
Yeah, close to 2:30-ish. I got there, around that time.
It was funny because for a couple minutes you were wearing a mask and I didn't have one on.
Right, because I was inside.
But you would come outside, and it was kind of like a complete switch of how we usually are.
I know. I know. Yeah. It's definitely. I mean, after you've been conditioned to be like this for a year, now you have to get used to the way it was before, when you could actually go outside and not have anything on your face.
And we're not back to normal yet, but it's getting there.
Slowly but surely. Except some of us will be treated more like lepers than others.
I won't, babes.
Oh, I know you won't.
I will because of my blindness, but not because of COVID.
No, not because of your blindness, absolutely not. But
you know what I've noticed, babes?
What's that?
And I really like this. There's a lot less people coming up to me because I'm blind. Like,
what?
Before the pandemic started, all the time I would have people come up to me, you're blind, what can you see? Or watch out, or you're going here.
Right.
That's happening very infrequently now.
Because they're not really paying attention to it because of other stuff that's going on? Is that why?
Yes. So in that sense, part of me wants the pandemic to keep going. But only a small part of me.
No. This hysteria must end now. I don't even care if somebody comes up to me and go, oh, you're blind. You know, yes. I really don't care. It's like, I mean, there's going to be stupid people anyway that are really not educated. And I would rather not be educated than being treated like I'm, I don't know. It's just, I don't like what's going on right now, and I really want it to stop already. And I don't care so much about people coming up to me because I can just ignore them. You know, I've dealt with it too many times, and you know, some people are gonna be stupid anyway, and it doesn't bother me as much. It's annoying for sure, but I
Yes.
can do it.
When I was growing up, and primarily my teenage years, I used to take classes at Benson High School. I believe we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
And at my regular school, MLC, I would skip sometimes. Benson High School, we should say, for people who aren't familiar with the area, is pretty close to Lloyd Center.
Mm-hmm.
And since I would skip school other times, what I'm trying to say is Lloyd Center was a big hangout spot for me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember just going in there. There are all these, like, music stores, great food courts, movie theater, bookstore. So I loved going there. I haven't gone there on a regular basis since 2002. And since I've moved back, I've visited Lloyd Center maybe 3 times since yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Or not counting yesterday.
Yeah.
So we got to the Quality Inn a little bit early. And I said, why don't we walk around, maybe go into Lloyd Center?
Mm-hmm.
So we did.
Oh, it was so weird.
It was very weird and kind of depressing.
It was a little bit, I would say it's eerie. It was eerie because we get to the entrance and there's it doesn't seem there's a lot of people on the first floor. And stores are boarded up. There was a sign there that said we are still open. And then you go up on the second floor, and there's more people up there. What did you see on the third floor?
Third floor, not a lot. Like, the food court is maybe a quarter of what it used to be when I was going there on the regular. And that's kind of being kind.
Right.
The movie theater isn't opened yet. So, Regal Cinemas, there was a big thing on the news the other day. I thought that they had opened back up here in Portland.
Okay.
But on Monday, they were talking with the manager of a Regal Cinema, and he said, yeah, we're having our grand reopening on Friday. So the movie theater still technically isn't open, which could explain the low attendance at the food court.
Yeah.
But while we saw some restaurants open there, I don't know how many people were eating.
It was so odd. And I felt so bad for the retailers that weren't open, because it's like, how much money did they lose last year? And what did they do while their store was shut down?
And the thing is, it's not just COVID. Malls have been going away for a while.
It's so sad.
But COVID didn't help.
It's so sad. It's so sad. I mean, when we went to Pioneer Square Mall a couple years ago, I think it was. It really felt like nobody was there.
I think the last time we went to Pioneer Square Mall was maybe a week before the pandemic hit.
Yeah. I think you're right. It was very strange. I don't know. I mean, the last time I went to the mall before this was when I was in Washington with my family, and I went to a place called Seafood City, and they had like a little mall area. But the weird thing is, did I mention this here? I don't remember.
That you guys had to eat outside or in your car.
Well, what happened is they took out all the chairs. So there were no chairs to sit, and we had to eat our food in the car because people were
you actually not only mentioned that, but brought it up in our very last episode, if I'm remembering right.
Okay, I might have.
Yes.
It's possible I did.
But if you didn't hear it before, you get to hear it now.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I just realized something, because remember when you said that you're glad that people don't come up to you?
Yes.
Well, I did notice something last night, and I don't think you picked this up, but while the 3 of us were walking across the street, some idiot was behind us saying, "Go right,"
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
I did.
Was that on our way to the restaurant?
That was on our way. I think that might have been on our way to the restaurant. Some moron decided to try to give us directions.
Wow. You see, in some ways, I notice things more than you do, but in other situations, you're a lot more observant. So, like, with names of characters on movies, I'm the wrong person to ask.
Yeah. And
sometimes when I'm just walking, I can zone out people around me. I didn't even know that. And if you didn't tell me now, I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, the thing that annoys me the most is when people are I'm walking and I know where I'm going. I'm not lost. And some person just comes up to me and tries to give me directions, and I just want to smack them and say, "Hey, Do you know where I'm going? Well, then shut up.
I'm so surprised that I missed that.
Yeah, I wasn't even trying to hear it, but I heard it, and I'm like, okay, obviously they don't know what they're talking about. And they just passed us, whoever it was.
Mm.
Yeah, and I'm like, some idiots. There's going to be stupid people all over the place, unfortunately.
Anyways, getting back to the mall thing.
It was weird.
It's weird, and in a way, it's kind of like the death of my childhood because of the emotional connection I have to both malls, but primarily Lloyd Center.
Mm.
It's one thing to hear that malls across America are shutting down. It's another thing to see it in your own city.
And I was wondering too, because in Hawaii there's a huge mall called the Ala Moana Shopping Center,
which I've gone to many times.
And it's huge. It's gotten bigger over the years. In fact, the last time I was there was back in 2008. This is when I was recovering, when I was going through my my sickness. And we went there one day to the food court, walked around, and it was huge. I mean, I couldn't believe how big it was. It was probably, if not the biggest mall on the island.
I think it is. I mean, the Pearl Ridge Mall is pretty big too.
Yes, it is.
Pearl Ridge actually might be bigger. I've spent more time at Ala Moana. I've only been to Pearl Ridge.
I think Ala Moana is a lot bigger than Pearl Ridge because Pearl Ridge has maybe a couple floors, 2-3 floors, but Ala Moana has expanded over the years.
You could be correct.
Because I lived like up the hill from Pearl Ridge, and I've been there many times because I took piano lessons there and everything, and we would eat there. But I honestly think Ala Moana had more stuff.
It's possible that you're right and I'm wrong about this.
That's okay. And it was also close to, Ala Moana Beach Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you ever talk to any of your family who still live in Hawaii about the malls and if they're closing down?
No, I haven't. I don't know. I don't know if it's just malls closing down in certain states or what, but...
No, it's all over.
Really?
I think, honestly, online retailing has really decimated malls.
It's so sad. It's so sad. I love going to malls when I can. In fact, the last time... not the last time. That was wrong. A few years ago, 4 years ago, when I was in St. Louis the first time, a friend and I went to a mall, and it was still pretty good size, and there were still a lot of people there, and the stores were still open. So, I don't know. It's sad. It's really sad to me because I used to go to the mall all the time when I could. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I didn't want to go to the mall because my mom and my aunts wanted to shop all day, and I didn't always want to do that.
I definitely had that experience as a little kid.
I like shopping, but I'm the kind of shopper that goes and gets my stuff and gets out.
Yeah.
I'm not the kind of person that wants to just look at everything and wants to look at everything and stay there all day. But my mom and my aunts would do that, especially around Christmas time. Oh man, they would want to get there early. Get there early, stay there.
My mom and sister were the same way.
I mean, they wanted to get there early, stay there for a while, and then get their stuff because they would come back with bags of stuff, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. There was a mall called Bellisphere Mall. I think it was close to Bellingham, Washington, and I would go there sometimes. When my aunt and uncle used to live in Oak Harbor, the closest mall was like Cascade Mall, and then there was Bellisphere that was a little bit farther, that was like closer to Bellingham, I think it was. And they would go there on Christmas time and get stuff all the time.
And drag you.
No, I mean, sometimes they would ask us to go, and by that time, around that time, my aunt and uncle's kids, my cousins, were younger. Mm-hmm. So if we didn't go with them, we would stay home with them. But, or sometimes they would go with their mom, but, I was like, sometimes I didn't want to go because I'm like, I don't want to be there all day. I don't want to be there all day.
I hated going shopping with my mom and sister when I was a kid. But the flip side to that is when they would go without me, I knew I'd have plenty of time just to like chill out at home and watch movies.
But when I would go, To the malls, I would love to go. I like the food court a lot. I love the food court, but I also went there to buy CDs and maybe some candy if there was a store open.
Oh my God, I have so many fond memories.
I love going to get CDs.
Of just looking at CD covers and which one am I going to buy? What's the track listing on this album?
I remember my first time being at the blind school because I was visiting, and I went for their annual career fair and track meet. So any student out of the area were able to go as long as they were blind.
Mm-hmm.
And I went with a group of people to the mall. They were a group that came from Idaho. This is when I met my friend.
Idaho?
Well,
sorry, dumb joke.
Idaho. Anyway, so we went to the mall, and I remember getting one of the first CDs that went into my CD book, and it was cool. We had a good time, and it was fun. It was fun going to the mall with those kids, and we had a good time.
Nice.
And that was, of course, way before I met you.
Yeah, I also remember just going to the mall, especially Lloyd Center, meeting up with a friend and going to watch the movies and then hanging out at the food court.
Yeah, and I remember a time where we would go on this at the blind school. The activities coordinator always had some fun activities, and we went to this thing called the mall crawl. And so a bunch of us would go to the mall, go to different stores. We used to go to Vancouver Mall, and I remember me and another guy was with this girl that was our guide, and I decided that I wanted to get a Cinnabon, and Cinnabon was like one of my favorite things to get at the mall, and it was really, really good. I had a good time, and then I think we walked around in different stores, and it was fun. I just loved going to the mall.
It was a regular Saturday thing for me in my late teens.
Yeah.
When
you would go by yourself?
Well, sometimes I'd go by myself, and oftentimes I'd meet with friends, but I'd say from 99?
Yeah.
Because before 99, I was just into movies, and I'd still go to the mall, but it was pretty much just to watch films.
Right.
And whatnot. I thought I'd hang out a little bit. But I'd say from the time I was 16, because I turned 16 in late 98.
Mm-hmm.
So from the time I was 16 until the time I was almost 20, I probably spent 7 out of 10 Saturdays at the mall.
It's a fun place to go.
It was.
I mean, it was a fun place to go. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't. According to you, it looks very bleak.
I put it to you this way: if I had a ton of money right now, and somebody asked me what they should, let me rephrase that. If somebody with a ton of money came to me right now and said, "I want to invest my money in something," I would not recommend the mall industry.
Why not?
Because they're pretty much done.
I don't think so.
At one point...
Well, it's just CD sales are... I mean, yes, people are downloading albums, but there are still people that are selling CDs.
Who?
I'm sure that artists still... if you went to a live concert, I'm sure that there are artists that are selling CDs. What about... Remember when we went to the Blues Fest?
Yes.
And I'm sure they were giving out CDs for people to buy.
They were. Music Millennium was a sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is...
I don't see it... I don't really see it as this whole thing is done. I just don't... I mean, I know that you do, but you're kind of cynical anyway.
I know, but I don't see it as done, but I see it's not dead, but it's dying. It is. So, okay, they're in town. There's Music Millennium is still open,
mm-hmm.
and
I'm talking about that and the mall industry.
Okay, well let's talk about music first, because this actually plays into the mall.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, and then I can think of Everyday Music. I believe is still open.
Both of which I tried to get internships with.
Okay, but the point is, babes, back when I was a teenager, those were 2 places out of 15 where you could go and buy CDs.
I just don't think it's over yet, Bub.
I don't think it's over yet, but I think it's almost over.
I don't want it to be over yet because
That's great. I didn't want a lot of things to be over. That doesn't mean that they're not.
Oh.
At one point, babes,
What?
we're walking through the mall yesterday, and I say to you, my nephew is never going to know what it's like to cut school and hang out at the mall all day. He's 6 now. So.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be cutting school anyways. And he's weird in the sense that he actually likes going to school.
That is weird.
Yes.
I never did. I never did. I always hoped that I would get sick and not have to go to school for 1 full day or even 2 days.
Yeah. He's a good kid though, but to me that's weird.
That is really weird. That's very weird.
He's never going to know what it's like to skip school and hang out at the mall.
I don't know. You don't know that, Bubs.
Come on, babes. Stop. Like, he's going to hang out at the mall, okay?
No, Bubs. He's
going to love it.
Bubs, I'm just saying you're way too cynical about this.
Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. If you had to gun to your head.
Oh, jeez. Do you really have to be that extreme?
Yes.
Why?
I'm giving you a scenario. You have to make a choice. You have to decide. Do you think that, let's not even say both. Do you think that Pioneer Square Mall will be around in 5 years?
I can't say. I don't know. I'm not gonna jump to conclusions and say that I know. I don't know.
Okay.
It may not be there. I don't know.
I can't say for 100% certainty.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, I'd say Pioneer Square Mall is gone in 3 years. And maybe Lloyd Center.
Yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't tell you.
I know.
Joel, you're the world's biggest cynic.
No, but babes,
cynical.
When we've gone to the malls together, does it look like it's a place that's super profitable?
No, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just an optimist. Maybe I'm just an incurable optimist, and you're just an incurable cynic.
2022 is going to be the year of the mall, man.
Bubs. Come on.
And 2023 is going to be the year with the mall woman. Okay, babes. Okay. I'm sure they have a long life ahead of them.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, but I'm not going to be cynical about it either.
Okay.
You know, yes. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, things have, surprising things have happened before.
That's true.
You know, you just can't say for certain. I mean, and just like life is not certain. You don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next.
Oh.
You know, I'm just saying.
Well, good. Anyways, getting back to our story.
Yes.
We're in a mall. There's hardly any people, but according to Alana, it's thriving.
I don't know, Bubs. I didn't say that.
Okay.
I never said that.
Okay.
I'm just saying, maybe it will. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think that maybe some surprising thing could happen to malls. I don't know.
Okay.
Give me your nose.
No. I want you. No. Okay. But give me a kiss.
No.
Yeah.
Give me a nose.
No, give me a kiss. Okay, now give me a kiss. Okay. We're walking around the mall, and there's nothing really to check out.
Yeah.
So we go to leave, get outside, I take off my mask, we sit down, and I'm like, how are you feeling? You know, I gotta use your bathroom.
No, and just right when I'm about to relax, I have to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, oh, man.
And I'm thinking the last thing I need is for my Jaylo to shit her pants right before we meet her friends. So I'm like, okay, let's go inside, look for a bathroom. Again, I haven't really hung out in the mall since 2002, but the way I remembered it, there was a bathroom on the first floor. Mm-hmm. This turns out not to be the case, and you're like, I really gotta go. We go up to the second floor, no bathroom. I don't even think we looked on the third floor. We go back down to the first floor.
And then we find the store.
That's open, and there's a security guard hanging out. And we say, hey, is there a bathroom? And he's like, there's a third floor. I'll take you guys there. As we're leaving, I break something.
He didn't break it. I don't know what it was, but it was like something on the rack.
And I was just like, and the lady behind the desk is just like, don't worry about it. You're all good.
Yeah. I didn't feel as bad because, things like that happen, and I don't think you broke anything.
Yeah, and we wanted to rush because I didn't want you to
Yeah, I know.
Go from wearing white pants to brown pants.
Oh.
So, we get upstairs. You get in the bathroom.
There's a really nice lady that was...
Could not give directions, though, but she was a nice lady.
No.
No, she couldn't give directions.
What do you mean?
We were walking into, it's like, the bathroom is to your left.
The one lady couldn't.
Oh, this was a separate lady.
This was a different lady.
Because he said that, I was looking to my left.
No, there were two ladies, remember?
Okay.
I think there were two ladies. One of them couldn't give directions. Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry. Was that the same one? I'm sorry. Okay, so she was trying to give you directions. I couldn't find the door.
And I was looking in the wrong place because it was to our right.
But what she did was, I think she went in there with her sister.
Yes.
And what she did was she stood there. She made sure I went to the stall. She stood by the sinks, and I went in there, did my business, got out, was trying to find the sinks. She made sure I got it all cleaned up, and then she helps me get to the door, to where you were, and I'm like, you were there the whole time. And she's like, oh yeah, I just wanted to make sure you're okay. And I'm like, that was a really nice lady. I mean, it was almost, I think it might have been her. It might have been the person that was with her that was trying to give us directions. I don't remember, but
okay, because that threw me off.
But then she was really nice.
Nice. Yeah, she seemed like a cool person.
I really wish I would have had something to give her, but I did not.
Oh.
Yeah. And I thought I wanted to thank her, and I'll probably never see her again, but nice lady.
Oh.
So we decide to go back.
As I was waiting for you, I got a call from my friend just saying, hey, what's going on? It was 3:38, and I think we were supposed to meet him at 3:30.
Yes.
He knows that I'm a very punctual person.
Yes.
And you know that as well.
Yes, and I'm glad you do, because I'm punctual also.
Yes. And so that's why he called when we were less than 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
I explained Alana's in the bathroom, so you might be a while. Hint. And then you come out. We leave the mall.
Yep.
Go to where he's staying and meet up with my friend.
Yep.
Yes.
And we talk for a bit. And then I happen to mention, hey, you know what? I'm kind of hungry. Are you guys hungry?
We decide to go to Red Robin.
Yes. Yeah, actually, I think I was the one you mentioned that I had an idea.
Yeah.
And I said, well, there's a Red Robin across the street, and there's a Burgerville a block away, which is a local chain.
I was also contemplating maybe we could go to the Matador, because I believe they're now open where you can go in and sit down. Uh-huh. But the problem with that is the one that I know of at least is on like 24th and Burnside.
Oh, yeah.
So it would have been a bit of a walk.
Right.
And we wanted to sit down and have a conversation.
Yes.
You know.
And it was cold it was getting colder, and the clouds were coming.
Little bit of rain, but not too much.
Yeah.
We go inside, sit down, and the meal begins.
I did manage to get a Braille menu. The one Braille menu they had left.
Mm-hmm.
that he could find. And I was reading off things, and I got the teriyaki chicken sandwich with grilled pineapple. I think it was grilled pineapple. It was really good. Oh, messy, but very good. And I had a side of onion rings with ranch sauce. It was delicious.
Yes. And what did I get, babes?
You got a Whiskey River barbecue chicken sandwich. And I haven't had... I had the last time I had a Whiskey River or anything was the Whiskey River burger, so I thought that you were getting a really good choice. I never tried the chicken one, but it sounded really good.
And
garlic fries.
Garlic fries.
That was amazing. And the three of us got shakes, and we both got the Oreo shake, and that was really good.
That was really good.
Yes.
Oh, it was such a good meal.
It was delicious. It was delicious, yeah.
Yes. It was a great meal. And they had the bottomless fries, so the guy gave me a refill of the fries, and he asked after I finished the second one, do you want more? And I'm just like, I do, but I can't eat anything.
Yeah, and I tried a couple of your garlic fries. It was delicious. And I'm like, why didn't I get that? But I was happy with my onion rings.
Your onion rings were good, but I did like the garlic fries more. I'm also more of a fry person.
I will say that I like the garlic fries more, but I'm an onion ring person as well. So either way, it was really good.
Oh my goodness. And you had spoken with my friend on Clubhouse a couple of times.
Yes, I have.
But this was the first...
Actually, it was once.
I thought it was more than once. Maybe it's because we've heard him in rooms before.
No, it was once.
Okay.
Yeah. But I also said hello to him over the phone outside of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
What did you think of him once you met him and having heard my description?
Well, let me say this as kindly as possible.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Yes.
I will say that I can kind of understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
But I also thought that with choosing the right questions and asking it at the right time and getting him to ask me questions, I think it worked.
Yeah, my friend is a little bit verbose.
Oh yes, that's putting it mildly. Verbose is correct.
Yes.
He's very verbal.
Yes.
And sometimes you kind of have to find a way to sort of halt it.
Yes.
And so it was good because we went back and forth. He said some things. Well, Rick tells me this, and this.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, that is correct. And then we talked about flutes. He said that he played it. I want to hear him play. I thought he told some very interesting stories about his own life, which I actually thought they were kind of funny, and it possibly may have happened.
I know that he's played the flute before because I had a roommate that I had in Colorado who I'm still good friends with, who you met.
Yes.
And that roommate told me that
my
friend who you met last night played his skin flute.
My goodness.
What?
I wanted to know a story. I wanted to hear a story about an actual flute, Bubs, not that.
Oh.
Oh, and you told that joke before.
But I didn't tell it here. I don't think. Did I?
No.
Okay.
No, I really want to, every time I hear about people playing flutes, I want to hear them play.
We're talking about us, and at one point I say to you, babe, tell so-and-so how much you liked Deep Space Nine, and you're like, I liked it.
Well, I explained that I was trying to explain that I wasn't sure what to think of it until I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I explained it to you earlier, what I meant.
But you didn't talk about it here.
No, I didn't.
And we are recapping.
And I said, when I told him, I said, well, Rick said that it will make you think, and it certainly did, and I really, really like the show.
Nice.
I didn't know if I was going to like it because I'm not a Star Trek person, but I was surprisingly wrong about that.
And then we kind of got into a Star Trek, Star Wars discussion.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and then I said, babe, tell my friend what annoys you about me when we're watching a movie.
Yes, but then he agreed with you a little bit more. And I said, yeah, but I don't even think about it as much as he does. I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to think about the story. I just want to relax and watch something I like without somebody commenting, oh, it's not believable in that universe.
Oh my goodness, babe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not okay. It's not okay.
Yeah. But anyway.
We had a fun time.
Did.
My friend told some stories that Alana really liked, which we won't give away the details because there is to tell.
No, it won't.
But he told a story about M&Ms that Alana thought was cool.
I thought it was hilarious. And then the pumpkin one,
Yes.
which I'm not going to say.
No.
I'm not going to say that one because that's... Anyway.
That's a story to tell.
That's a story to tell.
We felt full. We get up and head back to the Quality Inn. Mm-hmm. Wait in their lobby. Then we got a ride and said goodbye to my friends.
Yeah.
Headed back to your place.
Yeah.
Got inside and just hung out for like an hour on the couch.
Yeah, and by this time we were really full and pretty tired.
I think we got back to your place at around 8:50 or something.
Close to 9, yeah.
Close to 9.
Somewhere around there.
At one point you asked me to look at the time and it was 9:07.
Yeah, so we got there, I think we got inside like at least close to 9 or about 9, yeah.
You grabbed some candy from the fridge.
Yes. And
you kept getting, what was it, dark chocolate?
Yeah, I did because I bought the bigger bag of the Hershey's miniatures, which I know we both like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh man, I got like I had like 3 little bars because I gave you 2, I got 2, and then I gave you another 1 and 1, and I got 3 dark chocolate bars. I'm like, oh man, just my luck.
I kissed you, and you commented on the bar I had. You said, "That's your Mr. Good Bar."
I did because it was the only peanut. It was the only one with peanuts in it.
Oh my
Good bar,
Mr. Good Bar.
Oh. So, but it was a good time. I wish it didn't start to get colder at night, but it wasn't like extremely cold, but it was cold enough.
Let's back up.
Yes.
At one point, we're waiting outside the hotel. This is after we had eaten.
Yeah.
And I start shaking. You say we should go inside, and my friend wants to, and I'm just like, no, we can handle it out here. And then you're like, let's go inside.
I said, it's getting colder.
Yes.
I think, and then you went inside, you're like, actually, it's warm in here. I'm
you
like,
made a good choice.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't typically like to stand outside when it's starting to get chillier and colder. And and then I got and then you saw the bus outside, so I was glad you were able to see it.
We got home,
Mm-hmm.
and we're hanging out,
Yeah.
talking, and I just start to like zone off at one point.
Yes.
And we're not married, so it wasn't because of you, but it was just because I was just so tired because I didn't really.
Let me explain that. So the rule is, and I didn't know this because this is the first time you rode back with me.
No. This is when we're back here on the couch.
Oh.
We're back here on the couch, and I start falling asleep.
Yeah.
And you were getting tired. Eventually, we came into the bedroom.
Oh, okay. You were talking about that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. And my shoulder's hurting.
Yes.
You start to massage it.
Yeah.
And
at one point during the evening at the restaurant, my right shoulder was starting to hurt a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, because I was trying to get comfortable, and I was trying to sit up, and your arm was behind me, and I was like, oh, my shoulder kind of is starting to hurt a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Something I've been thinking about, babes,
yes,
is I'm very glad things are starting to open up. And I wish we never closed, but one of the few upsides to us closing is it really made me think about how often I wear my backpack.
Yeah.
I think going forward, there's still going to be occasions to where I need to bring a backpack to places, but I'm going to try to use fanny packs more.
Yeah, but then how are you gonna be able to put stuff in it?
I'll tell you this. I have a fanny pack that I got for the Blues Fest because, as we know, I'm obsessed with the Blues Fest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's big enough to where I can fit my cane, a spare one, and a big bottle of water plus my ID.
Okay. I think it's absolutely nuts that you would just take a fanny pack, but...
Why is that?
Well, because, I mean, if you wanted to bring snacks with you, and you can always adjust your backpack. You don't have to pack a whole bunch of stuff in there, but you just, if you wanted to... I mean, I personally don't mind having a bag on me as long as it's not heavy.
You're talking about to the Blues Fest or in general?
Yes, to the Blues Fest.
Here's the thing. Or
I'll take a purse.
3 or 4 days of having a backpack on me, my shoulder really begins to hurt. Because it's 12 hours a day. And the other thing, too, I've noticed about the Blues Fest is a lot of people will walk through the crowd to get out. And if you have a backpack on, they're more likely to bump into you.
Okay. Well, then... I also wouldn't go to the Blues Fest for all 4 days. I think it's insane.
I know you wouldn't.
Because number one, there's a lot of people and it's hot. Okay? It's hot, usually. Number two, I mean, you're walking around, you're not eating a lot. Well, you don't eat a lot. I would rather, bring stuff or at least get something from the court.
They won't let you bring stuff in as far as food goes.
They won't?
I've snuck in edibles there, but they won't let you bring like a big amount of food.
Because I was able to give you crackers. I guess we have to get out of there, right?
Sometimes they search your bags, though.
Yeah, but remember I was able to give you some crackers?
I do remember that, but what I'm telling you is it depends on the person you have. Sometimes they'll do a thorough search in your bags, and they're not only checking for weapons, but food, because they want to make sure that the vendors make money. I have snuck edibles in there, but I haven't snuck anything bigger.
Oh, you snuck some illegal substances at one time.
No, it was legal.
Oh.
It's legal here in Oregon.
Okay, well, that's why I don't want anybody to listen to this episode.
Why? Because it's legal, so I didn't break the law.
No, but if they ever found that you actually did do that.
We should say I didn't do that. I've never even been to the Blues Festival. And I'm reading... Stop! I'm explaining it, babes. I'm explaining it.
Now you're just saying what isn't really true. And
I'm saying I'm reciting the script you gave me.
I didn't give you any script.
I was trying to give you the out, babes. Ouch. Don't squeeze my nose.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was too hard.
Yes.
No, I didn't give him a script. Anyway, despite what you snuck in, and what I guess I did.
That was not the time we went.
No,
this
because
was like
I gave
a year
you,
or two early.
No, because I remember I did give you some crackers.
I can actually tell you the time I snuck in edibles.
I don't need to know that.
Okay.
Honestly, I thought we were off this conversation.
It's not. Okay, all right.
Or off that part of the conversation.
We can drop it. But suffice it to say, what's that for? I was changing the subject.
Because I could do it.
Goodness. Hit me over the head with a pillow, okay?
I'm just having fun, bud.
I do like having a fanny pack at the Blues Fest.
I think it's insane. I do.
Well, I don't. I think it's a very good choice.
You're a strange portion.
And I'm going to start wearing fanny packs more. Because...
Well, how much do you... okay, usually when you take your bag with you, how much stuff do you put in there?
I have a good amount of stuff in there. I'll have sunscreen, a cane, and usually if I take my bag out somewhere, it's because I have stuff in my bag that I need, other stuff. So, for example, I have to wear my backpack on Wednesday next week because I'm going to get a new ID, and I need like my birth certificate and stuff. Right? And I'm going to be wearing it the next time I go to get vaccinated because I have papers in there that are related to the vaccination. So sometimes I'll have extra stuff in there for that, or sometimes I'll bring it because maybe I want to stop at the store and buy some groceries. But that's also changed since the pandemic because I'm not really going to grocery stores. I haven't been in a grocery store since before the pandemic.
Yeah, I think I only went into one grocery store. The Fred Meyer, that's not too far from here.
Mm-hmm.
But because it was, because things have been so difficult, and the explanation of, well, the six feet apart thing was ridiculous. And I'm like, well, how is that supposed to work with a person that actually needs help, that actually needs somebody to be there? And
I think they might make exceptions for that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's and I don't always like going to the grocery store, so lately I've just been ordering stuff. So I just,
The only thing I could see going to a grocery store now is if I wanted to go to Trader Joe's, because they, for some reason, are against delivery services.
They're not against it, they just don't have one.
No, but the vice president of Trader Joe's, I believe last year in April, after the pandemic started, said that they want people to actually go to their stores and not have a delivery service. So, if you noticed, they don't have their own delivery service, at least not one that I know of.
Yeah.
And they're not part of the other ones that are out there, like Instacart.
They aren't, no. I wish they were, though. I really wish they were.
It drives me crazy because I've told you this before, but if Instacart had Trader Joe's, I'd stop using Walmart.
Wow.
That's how much I love Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's is great, and you can't find the stuff that they sell.
And the thing that's so weird for me is there's 3 Trader Joe's near me, and when I say near, they're all the same distance away.
And and you have to take the max.
I don't have to take the max, but they're all exactly 2.1 miles away from me in different directions, according to Google Maps.
That's really funny.
It is. So either way, I'm walking 2 miles or taking some sort of public transit.
Right. It's like, wow. So they're not exactly close to you.
No.
which is too bad because
But they're all like exactly the same distance away from me.
they should open another Trader Joe's that's like in your neighborhood or something.
That's what I'm saying. I would love that.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be really good.
Yes.
And I remember when we went there, and it was like the day before Christmas Eve, and we stocked up on chips. I bought a cake for the two of us, and we bought like one of those pound chocolate bars that we split. I think it was. Oh, it was so good. Now and then your friend was telling us about this thing called cookie butter, which I'm like, why did I not hear about that?
Yes.
But then I don't shop at Trader Joe's very often.
I believe it was actually 2 days before Christmas Eve.
Oh, right. It was pretty busy.
Yeah. I may know about stuff like that. That's why I interrupted you. But you already know that.
Here's, technicality. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Keep going.
Yes. Whatevs. The fact is, it was before Christmas Eve. Okay. And anyway, but I never heard about cookie butter. He also mentioned gummy penguin, which I'm not really into. I'm not really a gummy person.
I'm not either. Once in a while.
I like gummy bears, and I like chocolate-covered gummy bears, but that's as far as I go with gummies.
Yeah.
And I do like gummy vitamins, because it's easier to take instead of pills. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, we're both chocolate people. But cookie butter sounds delicious.
It does.
Like, I would put that over ice cream. Over chocolate ice cream.
The potato ridges are just incredible.
Ridge cut potato chips.
They're amazing.
They are really good. I just wish I had more flavors.
I'm fine with it. It would be nice if they have a barbecued flavor.
I know.
But the ridge cut potato chips they have are so good that I can overlook it.
Yeah, but I really wish they had like a sour cream and onion and.
It would be nice.
But I like the salt and pepper.
Yes.
By the way, I do have a bag of barbecue chips later.
Ooh, is it a small bag or a big bag?
No, it's a bigger bag. It's a party size bag.
Ooh, party shop.
I think it's a great value one, but I don't know, but it's good. I love barbecue flavored chips on occasion. Mm-hmm. We are going to do that. We are going to have them with our sandwiches we're making later.
Grilled cheese.
Keeping
it simple.
Numma.
Yes.
Numma.
Yes, you will. I'm excited about that.
I'm excited too.
How do you feel knowing that we're only doing one of these this week, recordings, and then I'm going home early tomorrow morning because you have some stuff you have to take care
of? Depends on when that happens tomorrow, but I'm okay with that. I think it's different. I think it's different because then I like that I only had to have the stuff for one meal.
There's no like sadness that you don't get to see me as much as usual.
I mean,
okay.
No.
It's pure joy.
No. I'm not saying it's joy. I'm saying that it's different, but it's not the end of my world or anything.
Oh, so another thing, and I don't know if we want to have the discussion about this now.
Yeah.
But what are we going to do about the first weekend in June? Because I might potentially be sick.
I don't know if we should talk about it now because it's
still a little ways away.
Yeah. And I still want to, I know you think it's too late, but I still want to send you stuff just to give you something to think about, Bugs.
Yes. I will say this. My sister had her second shot. And she said that her arm was sore for a couple of days and then she was fine.
Okay.
But I know other people have gotten sick, so we'll see what happens with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you will. But I think we had a good time yesterday. You were massaging me for a while, and then you said, could you massage me? And I was almost out when you said that.
I know. But my right shoulder seriously was starting to hurt, and I felt it in the at the restaurant.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, this is not good because I think I had some tension in my right shoulder and yeah, but it was.
Did I help with that?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, you did. In fact, I don't think it's hurting as much.
You gave me like a half-hour massage. I might have only massaged you for like a minute.
Yes, you did, but it was good.
And then we stopped talking and I was pretty much out right after that.
Yeah, I was pretty gone too.
Yes.
I think I went because my music stopped. Oh, no, I think she stopped because I think I pulled on the thing again. I made a movement and my dot stopped. So I took off my earbuds and I went to sleep. I went back to sleep.
Well, good.
And I didn't wake up until like after 8:30.
I woke up around 6, went back to bed at 7, and woke up at 8:36.
And then I woke up at 8:40.
Yes, because I woke you up.
Mm-hmm.
But you probably could have slept like another 3 hours.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. You just be getting up now.
Oh, please.
What's happening?
No, I wouldn't sleep for another 3 hours.
Okay.
Why would you say that?
I don't know, babes. I don't know why I would say such a thing. But we slept really good, and we needed it too.
I certainly did, because my sleep was all over the place for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday morning, I think I told you that I woke up with a slight headache and also some indigestion.
Oh.
And it was like, ooh, I hope this is not, so I had a hard time getting out of bed. I went to the bathroom, went back to bed, and I kind of laid there, and I decided to take something, because I have a bottle of this thing called Commacid that I bought from Melaleuca, and it helps with indigestion and if you're having some gassy issues and stuff. And I took a couple of them, and it was gone.
Nice. It
was gone. And I like it because it doesn't taste chalky like the other stuff, like Rolaids, and it has mint in it, and mint is really good for your stomach.
Yeah.
And I liked it because it was gentle on my stomach, and I actually didn't mind the taste of it, and it worked like a charm. I just took 2 of them, and it was fine. Yeah.
That's good.
That is good, yes.
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 Yes, Jaylo.
That's right.
That's right, Jaylo.
Yes.
That's right, Jaylo. Tonight, after we eat, we are going to be watching some Betty Davis movies.
I'm excited about that.
Yes. I don't know if I'm supposed to say who I talked to the other day, but should I say or no? This person is a public figure.
No.
I shouldn't say?
No.
Let's just say, and I'm not going to say who it is.
No.
No, I won't. I won't. But I had a crush on this person when I was like 5 years
See,
old.
I didn't know that you did, actually.
Oh, yeah. I didn't tell you that.
No, I didn't know that. I thought you didn't have a crush on this person. But
No.
I was wrong.
I mean, not now, but when I was 5, I had a crush on this person.
Mm-hmm.
Which probably makes some sense to you, knowing who this person is and my age.
Yes.
So, if you would have told the 5 or 6 year old version of me that one day I would talk to this lady and we would be discussing the movie All About Eve, 1, I would have asked you what All About Eve is, and 2, I would have been shocked.
Yeah, that's just like, I mean, that's closer than what you would normally get to meeting this person.
Yeah, she seems like a cool person too. I mean, I don't know her.
That's the same thing. Like, if I got a chance to talk to, like, a celebrity crush I had way back in the day, mm-hmm. I would not believe you. Or I wouldn't even say that I would even have a chance to meet this person, because most likely I wouldn't.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I was like, well, who gets to do that? And now you got a platform where there's a whole bunch of celebrities on there that you wouldn't expect. And it's like, whoa, I actually get to talk to this person.
Yeah, and it wasn't just like the 2 of us.
Several people.
So I don't want to make it seem like we went into a private room and spent hours talking about All About Eve. But it was still pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I go up there, and we kind of discussed my feelings about this last time, but I see All About Eve as a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of talking about that, and I said it was really good. I was the first person to make a criticism of the movie, because you know how I am. And I said, my one problem with it is I enjoyed the ending, but it was a little bit too on the nose for me.
And I get it. I get it, yeah.
And we were talking, and at one point she says, well, what's your favorite line from the movie? I don't give a line, but I describe a scene. Afterwards, you and I talk, and you said, well, what about when Betty Davis calls Bill groom? And I'm like, oh, of course I should have said that.
Yeah, that was so funny. That was like one of the funniest things, and, It's just hilarious. She's like, groom. She was so funny in this movie.
Yes.
It was great.
Yes.
It was great. I think by that time she was probably in her 40s, right?
She was 42, I think.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
She seemed like an old 42, but that's just...
But that's also the time, too.
That's also the time, yeah. That was like back in the 50s.
1950.
Wow. But it was such a good movie. It was so well written. Anne Baxter, I don't know how old she was. She was probably much younger than Betty Davis. But everything was super, just super good in that movie. But we talked about it last time.
Yeah.
We have to go into it.
Yeah, we're not here to just repeat ourselves, even though we have on occasion.
I know.
Yes.
We have.
The celebrity who was hosting the room, who Alana says I'm not supposed to say her name.
I don't think, not right now anyway.
Not right now. We'll, I'll the next time I talk to her, if I do, I'll say, hey, we want you to be a guest on Green Jaylo.
No.
To which she'll probably ban me from
No.
there.
No.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
I have a little bit more tact than that.
Right.
No. See, you will not hear her on here.
No. I would like to eventually listen to her forum.
It's great. Well, she's doing it on Monday. And it's getting a little bit off the topic, so we'll get back to it. But I had said, because I'm a little bit busy on Tuesday and Wednesday, and we usually do our virtual dates once every other week, what if we did one on Monday?
Mm-hmm.
So you could potentially listen to the forum. The one thing you might want to do before then is watch the movie that she's going to be discussing. Unless we just want to stay in the audience.
Okay.
Because you usually will only have somebody come to the stage if they've seen the movie.
When did that movie, was it called Walkabout or something?
Walkabout came out in 1971.
And who's in that one?
I forgot, but we could find a copy and watch it together on Sunday over, virtually. Because I could play through my mixer so you could hear the sound.
Oh.
Or we could just go into the room and enjoy it for what it is and not go up on stage.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
But
that.
you could definitely listen into our show on Monday.
I just don't want to be on there all day.
Uh-oh.
No, I mean because remember the last time we were on that thing like from 9 to 11 or 12.
Then we took a break and we came back.
And I know, but it's like, I mean, if you had your way, we'd be on there until like 9 o'clock at night, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
I'm like, come on, I have things to do.
I like that you said, oh, when you want to listen to a show, and I'm like, well, why don't we do it Monday? You're like, no thanks.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know.
Screw that noise. No, it's fucking babes. I love you, Jaylo. I love you there, Jaylo.
Is it only on Mondays?
Yes.
Okay.
Although one time I went on there and she was reading word definitions from the dictionary.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
It was kind of fun.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh, I remembered what I wanted to tell you. So according to her, and I guess if you go on the Wikipedia, Marilyn Monroe had a small cameo in the movie, which I did not know.
Really?
Yes.
In Walkabout?
No, in All About Eve. She was dead by the time Walkabout came out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even...
It was before she was famous, and it was just like a small role.
What was she doing?
I forgot.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, Joe. Whoa.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, Joe. We know, or at least assume at this point, that we are going to be watching Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
When did that one come out again?
1962, I'm guessing.
Oh, wow.
Do you have any other thoughts of what our second Betty Davis movie should be tonight?
I know you gave me some ideas. What were the other ones you said? I know there was one that you said that was in 1941.
I think that was either The Letter or Jezebel.
Jezebel might be a good one.
We could watch that one if you want. There's also a movie called The New Voyage, I think, that's supposed to be really good. Here's an idea, and we don't have to do this. We could watch either The Letter or Jezebel. I'm fine with watching Jezebel, if that's what you want. And then maybe we revisit the idea of doing a full-on Betty Davis weekend in like a month or two.
That might be good.
Yeah. explore the lady's filmography.
Yes.
Yes.
I like looking at, I like that since we started this whole old movie thing,
Mm-hmm.
I like knowing about the old actors and actresses that I've heard about but never watched a movie of theirs. Like when we were watching the one with Clark Gable.
It happened one night.
It happened one night when we were watching the one with Clark Gable, and I forgot who else was in there.
Was it Claudette Colbert?
Yes. Thank you. Claudette Colbert, I think it was her name.
I don't think she's with us anymore.
No, I think they're both gone now.
Really?
Clark Gable, yes.
Oh my God, that movie's only 87 years old.
Oh yeah. He's long gone by now. Long gone.
Yes. Here's something interesting.
Yes.
Clark Gable made a movie called, I want to say, The Misfits.
Oh really?
It was his last movie, and Marilyn Monroe was in it.
Mm-hmm.
And they famously did not get along.
Oh wow.
Because Clark Gable was a professional. He would show up on time knowing his lines.
Yes.
And there would be some days where Marilyn Monroe didn't even bother going to the set of the movie.
Wow. And she was able to pull it off.
Well, because he was super famous at the time.
Okay.
Right. So, supposedly, the legend goes that they had a lot of fights on the sets.
Oh, wow.
Okay. 2 weeks after the movie stopped shooting, Clark Gable drops dead of a heart attack.
Really?
And some people have speculated that the stress of working with Marilyn Monroe contributed to his death.
What movie was this?
I think it's called The Misfits.
The Misfits. Wow. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Yes.
That's terrible. Yes. She could have caused his death.
Now, how much of that is true? Did she really contribute to his death because she was unprofessional?
Or did he have a heart problem?
Yeah, exactly. We just don't know.
We don't know. I know that there's still some things surrounding her death that are still unknown.
Yeah, like some people believe that the Kennedys have her killed, which is a possibility. If we're going to be real, it's possible. It's not outside of the
there's a lot of very disturbing things surrounding the Kennedy family.
I believe it wasn't just JFK who was, having his way with her, but Bobby Kennedy was supposedly having sex with Marilyn as well.
Wow.
Yeah, they shared.
I think she got married more than once to. I know she was married to Joe DiMaggio.
Arthur Miller as
Joe
well.
DiMaggio, Arthur Miller, who wrote The Crucible. I forgot who else. And it doesn't surprise me about the Kennedys.
Did you ever hear Dave Chappelle's piece about when Marilyn Monroe sang Happy Birthday to JFK?
Oh, did he imitate that one?
Yeah, and he's like, oh, you could just tell by watching the video that JFK was really nervous that she was going to out him as her lover. I'm not doing it justice, but go and watch it.
Yeah, because like when she's like, "Happy birthday, Mr. President," right?
Yes.
That's that the famous happy birthday thing.
Made just a couple months before she died.
It's so crazy. But then, I mean, some people think that she had was it like a drug overdose or something, or
That's another possibility.
Yeah.
It is possible that the Kennedys didn't kill her and that she just died of a drug overdose.
Right.
But I don't know, and it's fun to speculate.
And she's only 36, right?
Yep.
Super young.
And she did have some health issues, so.
Did she really?
Yes.
What kind of health issues?
I want to say she had an appendicitis.
Ooh.
I could be wrong. And other stuff that I don't know. I think she had some abortions that didn't go right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I thought she didn't have one.
An abortion?
I thought she didn't.
I think she had a couple.
Did she?
Everybody had abortions back then.
But it just wasn't public.
Yeah. But it was like a big thing.
How do you know, Bub?
I mean, I've read about old Hollywood and women who had abortions. Like, that was the rumor about Jean Harlow, is that she had a couple of abortions, and because it was, the doctors didn't know that what they were doing, that she possibly died from an infection she got from one of her abortions. And, I should clarify, that's an internet rumor.
Okay, so
Yes.
You don't even know. Just like the internet rumor that Jamie Lee Curtis could possibly be a hermaphrodite.
Yes.
It's going on for a long time.
You've never seen Clerks.
No, I haven't seen Clerks.
There's a great... Okay, so Randall Cunningham, who works at a video store next to Dante Hicks, who works in the convenience store, right? Mm-hmm. And at one point, Randall comes over and he's like, I need to borrow your car because I want to go and rent some movies. And Dante's like, you work at a video store. And Randall's like, yeah, but I work at a shitty video store. I'm borrowing your car so I can go and rent some good movies. So he goes to the video store, comes back, and Dante's like, what did you get? And he's like, hermaphroditic porn, the best of both worlds. Chicks with dicks. And it made me laugh.
Okay. Crazy.
Would you ever watch Clerks with me?
I don't know.
It's one of my favorite comedies.
I know.
If not my favorite.
I don't know. There's some movies that you told me about that I'm not too sure if I want to watch.
What did you think last night when you told my friend that you're not sure that you want to watch Midnight Cowboy, even though it's one of my favorite movies? And he kind of backed me up on it.
I don't know. I just there's just some movies that I just don't want to watch just because it's the heavy nature of it. I don't know. I just don't. My idea of getting out popcorn and watching a movie, I don't think I would want to eat popcorn in this movie. I'm not. I don't know. It's just too heavy. Yeah. It's not. It just seems like. There's just some content that I would rather not surround myself with. It's just not my thing.
Yes.
I don't really want to watch 70s X-rated movies. It's just not my thing.
60s technically.
Or I'm sorry, 60s X-rated movies. I just don't like the topic of male prostitution or prostitution in general. It's just very, I just don't care for it.
Here's an idea for a movie night that does not include Midnight Cowboy. What if we watched Schindler's List followed by Dumb and Dumber?
No.
Okay.
No, Schindler's List probably. I heard it. It's a really, really heavy and very depressing movie. Yeah, yes. About the Holocaust. Yes. No, thank you. Yes. No, thank you.
In some ways, babes, I wish I had my own television station so I could program these like weird movie nights, right? Wow. But I do hope that people take our recommendations sometimes and try to recreate our film suggestion nights.
Right.
Or film nights. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think we covered everything?
I think so. I mean, I think we did.
Yes. Anything else you want to mention? I know you didn't have any dreams last night. Oh, I do remember one of my dreams.
What's that?
I had a dream that I had a cataract in my eye.
Oh.
But it was very small, and then I was afraid that it was going to grow bigger and not only make me completely blind, but also spread to my brain and kill me.
Oh, that's weird.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know, if you look close to my left eye, apparently there's a cataracts in there.
Oh.
But the problem with that is even if they took out the cataracts, it wouldn't fix the what was going on with my retinas.
Yeah, so it'd be like a useless surgery.
No, it would be a useless surgery, yeah.
Whenever I think of cataracts, I also think of that Snoop Dogg song. Who got a girl laying on her back? Snoop Dogg.
I remember that one.
Smoke till your eyes get cataracts. Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Or is it...
Whatever.
I hope I got that lyric right.
It might have been.
You're like, I don't care.
I
don't want you to figure it out here. Do that in your own time, okay?
Oh.
I remember when that song came out, babes, and I bought the album just based on that. And the album's really good.
Oh, well.
It's not his best. It was his follow-up to No Limit Top Dog. What's the name of that album? It's not the game is to be sold, not to be told. That's the album before No Limit Top Dog. It was his last album that he was contractually obligated to do with No Limit Records.
Mm.
Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. Anyways, it's a pretty good album.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Last Meal. That's on Last Meal.
Okay.
And it's a track 2 or 3, one of those.
Okay.
But you're just like, I don't care. Okay.
Well.
Okay. I think it came out in December of 2000, but.
What have
the same week as Restless by Exhibit.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. But you're like, okay, why do you?
No, I'm just listening to what you're saying.
Okay. How you feeling, babes?
Good.
Do you think we should wrap this up?
Yes.
Do you want a kiss? Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Why?
Because.
Okay.
Because I'm always good.
I remember we were doing at the restaurant.
Oh, yeah, you were like, I don't kiss doggies. And I said, neither do I. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Oh, what happened at the restaurant?
No, because your friend was mentioning public display of affection.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that was kind of funny.
Yes, you will. Yes. All right, babes, unless there's anything else you have to say.
No.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.